Aloha Scopers, hello. Thank you for joining us. Well, as you can see, it's a little dreary today. It's a little rainy and there's a flash flood warning. Hello, thank you for joining us. So we are just going to roll as best we can, and if it really does start a downpour, then we'll just go from there. So we're just winging it. Obviously, we're trying something new today. This is Elaina from Maui Yoga Live, and we're here right in front of the Four Seasons Resort at the Wailea Beach. Grand Wailea is just down there. And we're partnering up with walkonwatermaui.com, trying out these new pedal boards. It's a new way. It's like a lot like the stair step or elliptical machine, where you can get twice the workout and still be fit in your mind, body, and soul, combining the powerful forces: yoga, meditation, pedal boarding, water, all the basic elements coming together, combining them as one, just like we do in yoga. Isn't that what yoga means? Bring everything together as one integrated unit. So glad for you to join us today, and so glad you can be here. Welcome back, old friends. Thank you so much for joining us, and hello to new friends. Glad that you found this. I do not believe that you stumbled upon this beach by mistake. I think we are all here for a very good reason. I think you know and I know. Hello, Gretchen. So glad you could be joining us today. So glad that you're here. So we're going to test this out. We're going to try this out. And let's hope that it doesn't downpour on us today. So without any further ado, you know the drill. You're going to step into your new office. And let's get to work. Well, it doesn't really feel like work, does it? No. It feels a lot like play. And that is the best type of workout, when everything just happens automatically on its own. Yes? So, if you haven't already done so, come onto your mat. And let's just get into a comfortable seated position, just where you can get into your breath for a few moments. So you can take your time to get grounded, centered, and connected. And that takes a few moments. We're go, go, go all the time. So let's just do the opposite of that. And start to slow everything down. Closing your eyes and begin taking deep breaths. Lengthening your spine. Grounding both sit bones down nice and evenly, best you can. Just coming to that comfortable position where you can just relax for a moment. Because that meditative state of mind, it happens automatically on its own when you are relaxed. So it takes a moment to scan your body from head to toe, looking for any tension that may be there, and releasing it, relaxing it, so you can slip into that state, that heightened state of consciousness, that elevated state of mind, where you can stay not only for the entire duration of your yoga practice, but make every part of your day a walking, talking, moving meditation. So continue to breathe slow in through your nose, keeping the mouth closed as best you can throughout the practice, and then pulling the air out and breathing out through your nose as well. Now you're constricting the back of your throat just a little bit. This is a lot like the Ujjayi breath. Filling your lungs as much as you can. And you're pulling the air in very slowly, consciously. We do this so that we can stay centered and focused. Focused on our breath. It's audible sound. You can hear it. And you're starting to sync your breath up to the ocean's ebb and flow. Breathing slowly in and out. And now activating your core, we're going to harness this energy. So pulling the pelvic wall up and the navel in towards your spine. Notice how your spine will lengthen automatically. It's pulling up through the crown of your head. Just elongate the back of your neck. Relax your shoulders down. Now it takes some practice to learn how to breathe this way. So although you are strong in your core, you're going to keep your heart center and lungs relaxed. So you're learning how to flex certain muscle groups while relaxing others. It takes a minute, takes a second to get this down, so be patient with yourself. This is how you harness your energy. That way we control how much energy we take into our body. With each breath, each inhale, there's more life force giving prana, oxygen. And with each exhale, just like that ebb and flow, you're letting go of what's no longer needed. See how the ocean, it just washes up the rubbish onto the shore? It's exactly how your exhale is helping you recycle and get rid of what you no longer need. And now let's slowly make our way into child's pose now. So you're just going to come onto the mat either with the knees together, with the arms along your sides. This is more comfortable for some, or you can bring your knees apart for a little bit more flexible. And the arms just elongate in front. Now we're activating this child's pose, so really press down into the mat. Continue to keep your core active and engaged. And practice taking deep, full breaths. Leaving the left hand there, and if your arms are along your sides, just stretch them out nice and long in front of you now. And we're going to stretch the shoulders. So just reach the right palm all the way in through under the left shoulder, keeping the back of the neck nice and long. And switch sides. Right hand comes back up to meet the left. Left arm threads through and under. Just breathing into your upper middle back, keeping the neck nice and long. And stretching out the muscles where we gather the most tension. And then moving on to up on all fours. So just bring wrists under shoulders up. Here comes the rain. And hang on just 1 second. Waterproof. Here it comes. Here's the rain.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can move this. There we go.
It said it was gonna rain, didn't it?
But not now.
Yoga, we got wet yoga and pedal boarding. So let's get back on the mat and we're just gonna warm up the spine now. So back onto all fours and we're just gonna do a few rounds of cat-cow. So warming up the spine, just seeing how your back feels today. I'm gonna inhale, chest forward, and just tilting the tailbone nice and high, and then do the opposite of that. As you exhale, round your back, pull the belly in, chin to the chest. Round your shoulders away from each other, straightening the arms. Inhale, you can bend the elbows a little bit as you move back and forth. You're doing whatever you need to do to become a little bit more fluid and less solid. So going at your own pace here. And you're gonna breathe through it so your body does not move unless your breath leads the way first. That way you stay 100% conscious of what's happening within your own body. And know that every day is different. Some days you feel like you're on top of the world, and others not so much. So this is just a diagnostic pose, just seeing how your lower back feels today. Now if your back is stiff, then breathe life into it. And now coming into neutral spine, we're going to lengthen the spine a little bit more. So pulling the navel up towards the spine as much as you can, lengthening tabletop your back best as you can. Inhale, right arm forward, left leg up. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg. And you're grounding down yet lifting up out of your joints. Leveling your hips just so you can get a nice even stretch. And this is where we literally get past the self. So you're reaching forward, past the fingertips and past the toes, aligning yourself up with that natural energy outside of yourself. You're syncing yourself up to nature's rhythm and flow. And now we're going to stretch. So just bending the knee, pointing the toe straight up to the sky, and breathe the arm back. Take hold, grip of your foot. And once you have your grip, set your eyes so you can balance. Lock your core, relax your breath, and start to kick back, up and away into that grip. Just allowing yourself to open up and stretch naturally. One more breath here. And release it back out to long first, then down. And now taking a breath, coming back into neutral, tabletopping your spine to reset. And now you know we're going on the other side. Left arm, right leg. Lift up past the self, reaching past the fingers, past the toes, and lifting up out of your joints. Locking your eyes, one point. Breathing nice and slow. And now moving on, bending the knee, pointing the toe, and breathing the left arm up and back, just catching that grip, and slowly starting to kick back, up and away. So you're just naturally stretching here. There's never any forcing, pushing, pulling, or straining. You're breathing your way into it and observing, just testing the waters, testing your edge. Where more would be too much, less is not enough. So you're just trying to find that place where you can be and breathe. One last breath here. And release it out. Back to long. And down. Now moving into the first downward facing dog, you're going to walk your hands forward just a little bit. Starfish the fingers out nice and wide. Tuck the toes and lift the hips up into your first downward facing dog. You're just going to press your chest back towards your thighs. And just walk the dog out. Bending one knee while straightening the other. And try to press evenly through both hands just as best as you can. And you're rotating the elbows in towards each other. And the main focus in your first downward facing dog is just to release any tension that may or may be in your lower back and your hips. So as you're walking it out, you're pressing back into your hips, lifting your hips up towards the sky, and breathing into your lower back. Yeah? Again, just seeing what's there. Maybe come all the way up onto the tippy toes. So you can stretch your feet. You're doing whatever you need to do to warm the body up and see how your back feels today. That makes sense, okay? Remember, use every bit of the hand you're given. So really press it down through the knuckles. Use your fingertips. Grip and suction cup your palms to the mat. Inhale, three-legged dog. Right leg into the chest. And then extend it nice and long. Now here, let's just go ahead and level the hips. So roll right hip down, just so it's even with the left. This is where you learn how to use your midline strength. So you're scissoring your thighs See? Your thighs are apart, but you're scissoring them together, squeezing them together. And next, exhale. We're gonna come into crescent. So as you breathe, step the right foot forward to the outside of the right hand. Back knee comes down just for a moment, pressing into the hip flexor. Keeping the spine nice and long. And now coming back up. Inhale, upper body, arms to rise. Interlace the hands and just press them up towards the sky. And you're going to lunge yourself forward on the ball of the back foot. Keeping the knees stacked. Front knee stacked above the ankle just as best as you can. Relaxing the shoulders down your back as you press the sky away. So we're grounding down, lifting up, pressing away all at the same time. And now release the arms behind you. Interlace the hands and just shoulder rinse. Relaxing the shoulders down your back. Up. And as you exhale, we're just going to bow forward. Right shoulder towards the right knee. Bowing the head down. Warming up the body. One more breath here. And as you exhale, release the hands to the inside of your foot, and we're going to press the feet back. High plank, modified to begin with. So just bring the knees down to the mat, tuck the tailbone under so you have a nice long line. Starts all the way past the crown of the head and past the toes. Squeeze the elbows in towards each other. Bend them and come all the way down for low cobra. Inhale, chest just lifts up through the crown of your head. Anchor your legs down into the mat. All focus is on strengthening your lower back. And exhale, press over the knees, tuck the toes, and lift the hips up into your downward facing dog once more. Pressing the chest back towards the thighs. Maybe walking it out. Left and right. Breathing deep and free here. Good. We're coming into the other side. Inhale, left knee comes in towards the chest. And then lengthen it out nice and long. And remember, roll the left hip down just so it's even with the right. So you can get to know your midline strength. Squeezing the thighs in towards each other. Pressing evenly through both palms. Breathing deep and free here. And you're breathing up past your uplifted toes. That'll help to alleviate some pressure off your wrist, yes? And next exhale. Let's breathe the left foot forward to the outside of the left hand. Bring the knee down to the mat just for a low lunge. Just for a moment, squeeze the left knee in towards your midline. Press forward into the hips. Elongate the back of the neck. And then tuck your back toe, lifting all the way up. Crescent warrior on this side. And of course, you're switching up the grip. So opposite thumb on top. To balance out both sides of the body. Yeah? You have two sides. And try to make them as symmetrical as we can. Have them match each other. That way one side isn't stronger than the other. Right side's your sun, left side's your moon. And I think we all know that our chakras are the planets. And is that why it's so important to watch the sky? Because it's what's happening within us, as above, so below. And slowly start to send your arms back. Remember, you're breathing through these movements. Your breath is leading the way, switching up the grip, opposite thumb on top. Rolling the shoulders back and down. And next exhale, slowly start to bow it down. shoulder to knee. Really extend through your back heel here. Engage your core. Lock your eyes. 1 point, last breath. And exhale. Release the hands to the inside of the foot, and you're going to step the feet back together. Now see if you can hold it in upward plank. So press back through your heels, forward through the crown of your head. Really try to keep the abdominals lifted and chest relaxed at the same time. Tilt tailbone under. Now bend the elbows and see if you can hover and lower down just halfway here. Chaturanga Dandasana. Good. Breathing into upward facing dog. So you're straightening the arms, rolling over the tops of the toes. Thighs are engaged. And you're pulling your heart away from your heels, elongating through the crown of your head. Exhale, now use your core to lift your hips back up into your downward facing dog. Pressing your chest back towards the thighs. Coming onto the tippy toes. Bringing the knees down low to hover a few inches above the mat. Now looking forward. And on your next exhale, you either hop or walk your feet up to your hands, whatever's available to you. Inhale to halfway lift, so you're just going to straighten the legs best you can. You can keep a slight bend in the knee, tabletop the spine, belly in. And as you exhale, soften the knees. And just fold into ragdoll. Separate your feet, wider than shoulder width distance apart. And slightly turn the toes in with the heels out. Interlace the hands on the back of the neck. And we're just going to sway back and forth. Shifting the weight from one foot to the other. You can bend your knees as much as you like. In fact, the more that you bend the knees, the deeper of a stretch you'll get in your lower back. So forget any pictures that you have about yoga and having to have straight legs. Just let go of your mind and what you think it's supposed to be, and just allow it to be exactly what it is right now. And now release your hands back down to the mat. Toe heel the feet in together to touch. We're just going to come into Utkatasana chair for a moment. So make sure all 10 toes are visible. Sitting your hips down and back. As you inhale, the arms reach up high. Tilt the tailbone under, lengthen your spine. So you're squeezing the knees together, feet are together. And here we bounce, slowly lifting the heels, coming onto the tippy toes. As you inhale more oxygen, we're going to now use that power and sit down just a little bit deeper. One more breath here. Inhale, nice and deep. And exhale, heels to the mat, forward fold. Just allow your body to hang over your legs. Inhale to halfway lift, tabletop the spine. Exhale, soften the knees, set the hands, either float or walk the feet back. Slow it out, bend the elbows, lower it down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, lift the hips back into your down dog. Take a breath here. Maybe even child's pose. Whatever you need to do to get back into your breath. Never feel like you're stuck in a yoga pose. Always breathing. Always moving. Always adjusting to fit the practice to you and your particular body's needs. And I'm coming into Warrior One. Inhale, right knee into the chest. And lengthen the leg all the way out, pressing through the ball of the foot. Exhale. Step the foot forward, plant between the hands. Warrior One, so anchor the back heel down, square your hips to face forward, and use your core to inhale, upper body, arms to rise, relax the shoulders down, square your hips, and exhale, hands to heart center. And now from here, we're going to launch into Warrior Three. So just make sure you have a sure footing on your front foot. Working with sinking sand. And from here, next inhale, we're going to press off the back foot. And now go as slow as you need to go. I'm going to slowly start to lean upper body forward. Extend your left leg long in front. And then the last is to extend the arms all the way forward in front of you. Lengthening and reaching. One more breath here. And exhale, bring your hands down to the mat, folding the head down. Taking a breath, inhale. And exhale, round the back, pulling the knee in towards the third eye. 2 more times, we're just going to lengthen the left leg back out to long. Looking forward, lifting the chest. Belly in and exhale. Round the back and tuck the knee in. One more time. Inhale to lengthen. Looking forward. And exhale, round and tuck it in. Last time. Inhale just to step the foot back down on the mat. Anchor nice and strong. As we slowly come into exalting the warrior. Prayer hands come to the back of the head, opening up the chest to the sky, deepening your front lunge, and exhale. Bring it down, step it back, flow it out, lower it down. Inhale, upward facing dog, just lengthening it out, and exhale, lift the hips down. Take a breath in through the nose, slow. Keeping the mouth closed, harnessing that energy. And out through the nose, slow. Or maybe you're in child's pose, regaining your breath. Doing whatever it is that you need to do. Other side, inhale, left knee into the chest. And three-legged dog. Sending it nice and long behind you. Reaching past the toes, scissoring the thighs. Exhale, warrior one, step the foot forward, anchor it between the hands. Back heel comes down. And as you inhale, upper body, arms to rise. Exhale, put your hands to heart center. And here is where we are just going to relax for a moment. You're coming in from one side to the other. And sometimes the right side is a little bit more dominant. So we're just giving it time to balance itself out. Think about it. You're coming to opposite polar sides from one another. So you're learning how to smoothly, seamlessly transition between the two of them. Combine them to work together as one. You can neutralize that war in between and within. Okay, now you know where we're going. We're going to take flight. Inhale, press off the back foot. And just lengthen. Taking your time, making sure you have a sure footing on your front foot. And then slowly lengthening the arms in front. Last breath here. And release. Hands down to the ground. And getting ready. So you're going to inhale here. And exhale. Round the back, tucking the knee in. Shoulders, they just roll away from each other, down your back to the sides. Inhale. Lengthening, lifting the chest. Belly in and exhale. The back. One more. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale. Bring the knee in. Good. Inhale, lengthen the leg back to long just to anchor it down onto the ground. Exalted warrior now. Lifting nice and high. Opening the heart center. Deepening your front lunge. And exhale, hands down to the mat. Step it back, flow it out, lower it down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale. Lift the hips. Down dog. And now slowly come up high onto the tippy toes. Really stretch your feet as best you can. And then hover the knees down low. Just a few inches above the mat. Ignite your core, look forward, and either float or walk the feet up to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees. And just fold. And separate your feet again. About wider than shoulder width distance apart. And here, make sure you have a slight bend in your knees. You're going to leave the left hand there. And you just start to reach the right arm all the way up. Straightening the right leg now. And now bend the left knee. Feel a little bit deeper of a stretch there. So you're sitting back into the right hip. And then come into a half bind. So just bending the right elbow behind the back. Palm reaches for the outer left hip. Okay? Good. Now moving to the other side. Release the arm all the way back up and around. Slight bend in the knees. Right hand stays, left arm comes all the way up. Now bending the right knee. Straightening the left leg and pressing back through the left hip. And then slowly bending the elbow behind the back, reaching for the outer hip. Just opening up to the side. Stretching out the side waist. Good. And slowly coming back to center, so releasing the arm back up and down. Now toes come in just slightly towards each other. We're going to slide the palms underneath the feet for gorilla. Softening the knees, allowing the elbows to come out to the sides. And just folding forward here. Just allowing yourself to relax and counter the planks that we put into the practice, along with downward facing dog. So wherever we build up tension in yoga, we also release it with its counter pose. The yin is just as important as the yang. The hot and the cold. We balance them out using each other. And we do that with our air. Along with the heat that we create within our body. Cleaning ourselves out. Alright, now release your hands. Bend your knees, look forward, float, or walk the feet back, and we flow it out. Slowly lower it down. Inhale up. And exhale, lift the hips all the way back up and out. Downward facing dog. Now come onto the knees. We're going to come into final stretching here. So we're just going to sit back down. And cross the feet. Leave the left knee in. And just extend the right heel out. Janu Shirshasa. So we're going to come into final stretching. So here you just want to make sure that your sit bones are nice and evenly grounded. Just best that you can. And once you feel grounded, lengthen your spine. So inhale, arms come all the way up. Maybe press the palms up towards the sky, whatever's available to you. And as you exhale, you're going to hinge at the waist. So fold forward rather than rounding in your back. You're just going to reach for whatever is available to you. So remember, you're tuning this practice to fit you best. So it's not about watching a yoga instructor do all of these amazing things. It's about bringing that same amazingness out of you. So if you stick with the practice and you do these stretches while your muscles are warm, while you're at the peak of that heat that you created, that you made happen within your body, you will get to witness amazing transformations in your body. And this is something that we do not have to do. We actually get to do it. And that's the difference. The between just flying and soaring. And slowly start to walk your hands in towards the body. And here, we're just going to lift the left heel above the right knee. Make as many adjustments as you need to reposition yourself. And just start to fold forward, flexing both feet, breathing into your hip. And coming back up, foot flat. We're just going to come into the final twist, hugging the top knee. Left hand base of the spine. And over. And release. Back to center. Switching sides now, so left leg long, right heel comes in. Center and ground both hip bones. Inhale. Arms come all the way up just to lengthen the spine. You can press away if you like. And exhale, folding forward. Taking whatever position you did before. You're squaring your shoulders and squaring your body to line up over your top leg. Hinging at the waist as opposed to rounding in your lower back. Pulling the navel in, just breathing into it. So you're circulating your energy all throughout. And if you're advanced in your practice, you're feeling these energies and using that energy to repair anything that is broken within you, disconnected or disabled. You're using that energy to repair, restore, rejuvenate, reset, put yourself back together. We are equipped with all the tools that we need to make that happen. We just need to remember how. And slowly start to walk your hands in towards your body. And just pick up the right heel above left knee. Keep both feet flexed to protect the joints. And then slowly start to hinge forward. Keeping the back of your neck nice and long. Just enjoying that nice hip release. And then slowly just crossing the leg over. Hugging the top knee as you twist. Right hand plants, base of the spine. And just opening up. Slowly coming back to center. Both heels together. Lengthen. Inhale. Reaching up to lengthen. And exhale. Fold. Even out both sides of the body now. Bring it all together. Coming to that close. And slowly come up. You're going to face forward. Come into that comfortable seated position. And we're going to end the class with the breath. Inhale, circle sweep up. And exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, reaching all the way up and around. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale to heart center. So here is where we set our intention. Maybe it's for the day, maybe it's for the week. Maybe it's to wrap up the year or to start the new year. Or maybe it's just dedicating this practice to someone or something special in your life. Whatever your intention may be, let's breathe life into it as we inhale. Prayer palms come directly up, sending that intention out and around to the universe, coming right back to you 2 more times. Inhaling up, sending that around, coming right back to your heart center. Last time, coming up and around, coming right back to where we all began. I thank you so much for joining me on this little bit of a drizzly morning for beautiful yoga on this Wailea Beach. My name's Elaina, Maui Yoga Live. Aloha, namaste. and mahalo. Thank you everyone for this wonderful yoga class. So are we ready to pedal? This will be the second part, and we're going to test this out. Sit tight. We'll be right there. Are you still with us? It looks like the weather held up really nice. And it's only going to get better. Because believe it or not, we do have a winter in Maui. A few days ago it was like 70 degrees and that was really cold, but today it's like 75. I don't know, maybe 100% humidity. But hey, I am not complaining at all. I love it. All right. So hey, scopers, here's Yuri. You want to say hello? He's gonna get us up out on the board here.
It's a beautiful day today, actually.
Yes, it is. It ended up being really, really nice.
For those that missed today, just like you missed the beautiful beach.
That's right.
Yes. All right.
That's right. Well, that'll be next time. We will let you know. We will give you all the details on when we are going to be up and running again. But if you are tuning in, you are going to get to see what it's like to be down on these things. It's pretty amazing. Just have to forgive me if I lose my balance, fall into the water. It's an amazing, amazing workout. And like I said, you don't even feel like you're working out. Say hello to Corey. There's my lovely husband over there. Here we go. Hey, how's that? We're mobile now. Hey.
I was thinking to bring the tripod and you guys that is okay.
Okay, thank you.
So it's just the front one?
Okay, should we do it that low? Yeah, maybe.
So it's on the selfie camera, right?
It is. It's on the selfie right now. Should I turn it around?
It would be good if I that way I can see.
Oh, there we go.
guys try to stay on this side. Watch out for the waves. No. Are you coming in? down slowly. All right, perfect. Watch out for the wave.
And there we go. There we have it. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Look at that. It ended up being a beautiful day today. Beautiful day. And that rest of it, yes. So that is what you can expect here on this beautiful Maui. Oh, I'm so glad for you, for all you guys to join us. My goodness, what a wonderful, wonderful way to stay connected and be together. So, locals, if you are here, please come down and join us for some yoga and paddle boarding. More information, details to come soon. Look for us on our website. It's walkonwatermaui.com, and I'll have some more information on mauyogalife.com as well. So for now, this is Elaina from Maui Yoga Live, and Yuri from walkonwatermaui.com, and we will see you soon. Aloha, mahalo, and namaste. Bye. The view of the beach.